Today I have with me somebody who is one of the top javelin throwers in the world. He's somebody who's not just consistently breached the 90-meter mark, he's currently somebody who's very close to the world record in javelin. I have with me Johannes Vetter, who's the top German javelin thrower in the world. Johannes, first of all, welcome to News 9.
Thanks a lot. Good morning from Germany.
Good afternoon from India. Johannes, first of all, I wanted to understand, what are you training for currently, given that the Olympics are just over, everybody had like an extended break. So what is it that you are looking forward to in terms of competition in the next few months?
Directly after the season, I had like 4 weeks off for vacations. So I spent some time in Italy at the beach, some relaxed times. And I started training now like in the middle at the end of October.
Right.
So we are doing right now a lot of core training, a lot of endurance training, circuit training, medicine balls, sprints and jumps, long runs as well. Right now we are not directly in the gym for some strange training. So we are doing a lot around, a lot to stabilize, to prepare the body for the next year.
Okay. Johannes, I wanted to understand how does your now that you don't really have a competition very close, how does your off the season training and your in season training kind of differ from each other? How does that vary?
Yeah, for sure. For example, right now, as I said, we are training like a lot of endurance stuff. So I think we will go into the strength training in 2 weeks. So to build up the muscles a little bit, also to do more specific exercises in the gym. Then we start to throw some balls and some javelins indoor for some technique training. And when the season is coming more and more closer, we are going into the fast strength training. So we are doing like a lot of lightweight training, but we are doing the exercises really fast and for sure throwing more and more from the run-up, especially when we are going into our climate training camps in Turkey, for example. And yeah, that's like how the preparation are going.
Right. Johannes, you very specifically mentioned about strength training and technique training. I also wanted to understand how much of javelin throwing is about strength and how much of it is pure technique. Because somebody like you or somebody like Hoffman, I've actually visited Hoffman's training camp at his place in Mannheim, if I'm not mistaken. And I've seen how much effort he puts into his strength training. So I wanted to know how much of it is strength, how much of javelin throwing is strength, and how much of it is, just pure technique.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Usually the biomechanics analyzes, they say that you have like 70% of technique training and 30% is your like physical constitution, like strength and jump sprints, etc. I think javelin is completely individual, so anybody is built different. Anybody has like different advantages, positive things in their bodies, a typical and individual technique. So then you have to see how or where do you take your focus in training. For me, it's like that of course right now I'm built really strong, so I don't have to take so much care about my physical situation because the physical situation are already good, or I'm already in a good shape. So that's why we focusing a lot of the technique training to change some small things. It's like, especially in the javelin, is that you have to take a look on small angles.
Yeah.
To see maybe like 50 centimeters, also half a meter more, or 1 meter or 2 meters more. So it's like trying to fix the small things in the technique training. I mean, in a normal training week, in the winter times when we're doing like some technique training, I have like usually 2 days of, or 2 sessions of technique training, and the other 3, 4, 5 trainings are like maybe 2 gym sessions, and then 1 gymnastic session, for example, 1 sprint and jump session, or 1 like stabilization session to stabilize the whole system, the whole bodies, to prepare all the small muscles.
Right. I also noticed that a lot of javelin throwers, be it you, be it Thomas Roller, even Neeraj for that matter, a lot of you guys like to work on a slack line. Is there a particular reason for that?
Right now, I'm not working. I'm not working on a slack line. Sometimes we use this. It depends. Me and my coach, we try to take the focus on some new things year by year. So sometimes we add some new things. Sometimes we skip some old things. So it's not like really focusing on being on the slack line. But I think it's good, for like the balance, find the balance, not only in your body, also for your mind. It's something you have to really concentrate on. And for me as a javelin thrower, or for all the javelin throwers, we can train a lot of different things. We can train 24/7 a week. But you have to find out what is really important for your individual character, as I said, you have to find out what do you really need in training.
Right. You spoke about how everything is individual. I noticed that you yourself are based in Offenburg. Thomas is in Jena. I think Hoffman is in Mannheim, if I'm not mistaken. How much of in a year, how much of the time do you guys spend together? Learning of each other, understanding each other's tricks, and feeding off each other and becoming better javelin throwers. And how much of it is very individual in your own training camps at home?
That's hard to explain because of COVID. Everything is different right now. Usually, anybody of us training by themselves. So anybody has his own coach, his own training place. So we're training by ourselves, and it depends. We have, I think, like three or four meetings in Leipzig, in East Germany, where we have our biomechanical institute. Then we meet each other to work on the technique with like high-speed cameras and other analytic things. So we're doing also some strange or some testing in the gym, some jump tests, and like a medical check. We do that all together.
Okay.
Then we have like usually we have like 2 training camps a year, where we also spend time together. But also there, anybody's training by themselves. But of course, it's good to see each other. Sometimes to learn, sometimes to talk, to discuss a little bit about the technique, about the training. But usually we are all by ourselves.
Right. Johannes, I wanted to understand what is this romance that Germany has with the javelin? Because even before your generation, Germans have produced exceptional javelin throwers. What is it that makes German throwers so good in javelin?
Yeah, I think you can't. I mean, right now we have like a golden generation. We have like 4 or 5 guys. Three of us throwing more than 90 meters. 2 of the 5 guys are really close to the 90 meters. But things can change, and the time is running. Especially in the youth, I wouldn't say we have problems, but it's hard to find some new talents. I think it's much more easier in India to find a lot of talented guys, also because a lot of people are playing cricket. I mean, in Germany, we play more handball, so we have some talents there, but it's hard to get talents into the javelin or into track and field. So I would say right now we have some really good coaches and like the golden generation, as I said, but things can also change in the future. So we have to work hard. We have also take a wide look into the future that we can stay on this level.
Right. Johannes, I wanted to understand, you are somebody who's, I think, if I'm not mistaken, you started getting into track and field at the age of 6. Can you tell us a little bit about your progression from, starting at that young an age? Did it kind of give you an advantage now that you are a fully high performance athlete? Starting that young, how much of an advantage does it give you?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was more that my family pushed me into track and field in the age of 6, because I was, in my younger ages, I was really like pumped up with a lot of energy. Right. So they said, you have to do some sports. And my father told me that he would prefer to put me into soccer, into football. And my mom said, no, you have to do something serious. You have to do something like a good sport. And so that's why I was starting with track and field in the age of 6. And yeah, of course, I mean, in the age of 6, you did everything like hurdles, running, cross runs as well, like throwing the ball and stuff like that. So yeah, I think in the age of 14, 15, I started to specialize to the javelin. But yeah, you have, like also in track and field, you have different characters, you have different situations. So not anybody's are starting in the age of 6. And I wouldn't say that starting so early is an advantage. You have also, see how you grow up,
Right.
and yeah.
So that was Johannes Vetter. He is. Thank you so much for taking the time out, Johannes, for talking to us. Thank you so much.
How did you say thank you in Hindu?
We say shukriya.
Shukriya.
Okay.
So shukriya to India. Thanks a lot for the time and for the interview.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.